What's going on, everyone? So a real point of emphasis for JJ Redick this season has been transition defense as well as offensive rebounding. You've been hearing a lot about, hey, he wants people crashing from the corners, wants people going and crashing to try to get the basketball and create second chance opportunities for the Lakers. And under Darvin Ham, we had 2 years where the previous year, Darvin Ham's first year, Lakers were awful in transition defense, like bottom of the league in transition defense. And then Darvin Ham decided to kind of overcorrect that by making sure everyone just got back. Forget rebounding, just kind of get back. And it hurt our lack of rebounding, and it became a big problem. Now, defensive rebounds were also a big thing. We were giving up a lot of defensive rebounds last season, but I think a lot of that also is just our lack of athleticism, right? Because when the Lakers are bad defending, right, and defending the perimeter in particular, teams just jack up threes. And threes lead to long rebounds, in which you have D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and Rui Hachimura that are responsible to track those rebounds down. And the problem with that is they're not very athletic, and they're not very quick. So you get these teams that are like, hey, let's just throw up 43s a game. And you saw teams having like historic three-point shooting nights against the Lakers because it was like, just jack up these threes. Get up as many threes as you can because all you have to do is win a foot race against D'Lo Reeves and Rui Hachimura, and it becomes a problem, right? And then also, again, when you have the emphasis of like, forget rebounding, forget crashing, get back in transition, you kind of lose proper balance. Rather than having schemes or having kind of ways to, maybe it's you have 3 guys crashing the glass, 2 guys getting back in transition, whatever, right? You kind of find a middle ground. Darvin Ham was just like really one or the other. Now, JJ Redick has recently talked about Limbo. Compared it to the movie Inception. We talked about how, you don't want to be in this limbo where you're not crashing the glass and you're not really getting back in transition. And you see that a lot, right? Lakers are kind of just, you have some guys that are just standing there waiting like, okay, do I get back? Do we get the rebound? Like, what do we do? So JJ Redick has said, just crash the glass, right? That's what he wants. He wants everybody crashing to go get rebounds, right? Pick one or the other. This is what we want to do. This is the direction we're going to go. So JJ Redick has made it a point of emphasis to really crash the glass, that he wants to see everybody on the basketball court doing that repeatedly. So from JJ Redick in his actual words, JJ Redick said, we have a limbo rate. Redick said, limbo is you're not crashing and you're not getting back. We were the worst team in the league last year at limbo rate. We want, for me, in an ideal world, everybody crashes. We deal with the consequences of that, so we've got to sort of emphasize that and emphasize staying out of limbo. I believe that was Inception, and we all know what happens when you get stuck in limbo. Basically, cease to exist, right? Like, you're lost forever, right? So basically, what JJ Redick is saying, that we'll live with whatever consequences we have to. He doesn't want to see people standing around. Like, you even hear about that even on the offense side, right? A lot of player movement. Darvin Ham was a lot about guys just standing around, right? You had a lot of guys just standing and waiting for the basketball. LeBron James dominating the basketball for 20 or 24 seconds and then kicking out the guys, right? Where you see with JJ Redick, he really emphasized, you shouldn't be standing. Do something, go somewhere, figure something out, right? Move. I need you to crash the glass to get rebounds, all of that, right? Get back, whatever you got to do. But to kind of direct the team so there isn't this like confusion, he's just saying like, hey, crash the glass. Shot goes up, everybody's going after that. Because he doesn't want the Lakers to be in this point of limbo. Now, I do believe that JJ Redick, if there becomes this problem where the Lakers are really bad in transition, because again, 2 seasons ago, they were very bad in transition. If that becomes a problem again this season, then I do think that JJ Redick will make some corrections. I think he will make some adjustments. I do think he will fix some things. But I get the idea of like, hey, let's just, if we basically are keeping balls alive, if we're crashing the glass and slowing teams down, then if it's 5-on-3 because 2 of their guys leak out and we have 5 guys crashing the glass to try to get the rebound, then they're not going to get as many transition opportunities because we should be getting the rebounds, right? But again, if that becomes an issue, I do think that he will not overcorrect like Darvin Ham will, but I do think that there will be some corrections. I do think that he'll kind of configure whatever he needs to configure in order to work that out. I definitely think the first, 25 to 30 games, even Rob Pelinka kind of touched on this, that they want to kind of take the first 30 games or so to kind of really evaluate this team. I do believe the first 30 games or so will be kind of evaluation of what do we need. There's a lot of ideas of Rui being a better rebounder, right? Crashing corners, all that stuff, right? If that can happen, and how can he hold up on defense and whatnot, right? If Rui can kind of figure some stuff out, well, maybe you don't have the need for that Jeremy Grant type player as much anymore, but maybe you do need a wing or a bigger guard or something like that, right? Maybe you do need more of a Bruce Brown type, right? Just names for example's sake, right? So to me, I would prefer you to crash as well, right? Because that was what kind of the Lakers were doing at times, but there were a lot of limbo, as JJ Redick was talking about, a lot of limbo rate. Even in the year we were bad in transition, guys were just kind of standing around and waiting. So you're not really crashing to get rebounds, and you're not getting back in transition. So you staying in the middle, right? Yes, we were a better rebounding team the first year, but we were terrible in transition. And then you overcorrect to where it's okay, I want everyone to get back. Well, now you lose the rebounding, and we were much better in transition, but you didn't find that balance where JJ Redick's trying to say, hey, if we're all just crashing, then nobody is ever going to really be in limbo. If everybody just goes to the ball, right, ball goes up, and everybody's moving towards the ball, I'd rather that than guys just standing around, and now we're not getting the rebound, and we're getting beat in transition, and you don't have this balance. So if everyone just crashes, we should be a better defensive team, or a rebounding team, defensive rebounding team, and better offensive rebounding team, because you're going to get other opportunities. Still have my concerns about the rebounding department. I do think that they will probably uptick if everybody is really crashing and there aren't guys just kind of standing around and doing nothing. But I still default to D'Lo, Reeves, and Rui not being very quick and not being very athletic. And most teams have multiple guys that, even if they're not crazy quick, they're at least athletic, so they can at least get up, or vice versa. They're not super. So you're looking at going up against other teams, and if I'm the opposing player, I'm just looking at D'Lo, Reeves, and Rui and going, I just have to beat them to the ball. And then if I get the ball and we get a guy leaking out, so I do have concerns about both. I do have concerns about our transition defense, and I have concerns about our lack of rebounding. We'll see, right? Because, again, JJ believes that if we can get into and everyone kind of crash, that will be something that's corrected. I think it's more so, though, JJ, again, just doesn't want guys standing around. He wants you to do something. So instead of having this balance where, 2 guys are going back and 3 guys are crashing, and then you get these moments where it's oh, am I supposed to get back or am I supposed to crash? And then you just have this confusion at times, right? Well, if you just have everybody do one thing, then if you improve in that one thing, it'll kind of offset and balance the others, right? That's kind of what Darvin Ham was trying to do, just overcorrecting. But the problem is he basically left Anthony Davis down there on an island to try to rebound by himself because he's down low. Right? So you don't have everybody getting back. You have 2 or 3 guys getting back. Whereas why I said, if you had a balance, right? So say, hey, the guard's goal is to always get back. And our 2 forwards and our center are always supposed to be crashing, right? Well, then now you have this balance where now if you're a guard on the court, you know that you're supposed to be going back. If LeBron is playing point guard, he knows he's supposed to get back. But, if you find that balance, right, and you have kind of roles for guys, then I do think you can have that. But Darvin Ham was hey, we want guys to get back, which again, our transition defense was much better, but you also had confusion at times. I mean, the Lakers were just very inconsistent, period, last year, right? Lakers just, guys didn't seem to know where they were supposed to be, where they were supposed to be slotted, how they were supposed to be slotted. Like there was so many just questions about like what was Darvin Ham doing and correcting out there on the basketball court that I do believe JJ. I understand the idea, right? Everyone has a job, and that job is to crash, right? So instead of leaving Anthony Davis on an island and he's trying to defend and he's trying to do all this stuff, no, he's crashing, so is everyone else. And then if we'll live with the results, and if we have to make adjustments, if we have to make changes, then we'll make those adjustments and we'll make those changes. I don't hate the idea. I'm okay with that. At some point I would like some type of balance, but we also might not have the starting personnel for that. Now, if you get Jared Vanderbilt back and he's healthy, he can go and crash and be a better rebounder, right? So maybe you can get some better balance, or maybe you're having him kind of get back because he is so good defensively, covers so much ground, or Max Christie, right? But D'Lo, Rui, Reeves, LeBron, and AD, those five, I just don't know if you have the balance to be great in transition or great offensive rebounding or just rebounding, period, right? Like, I have my concerns because, again, you have three guys on that court that aren't hyper athletic and they're not very quick, right? So even if all three of those guys do get back, right? Like if you're you have even a 2-on-3, right? Usually you have some athleticism that's back, that's defending. Well, the Lakers don't. It's like they just need to blow by D'Lo or Reeves or just kind of leak out faster, right? It's just, you kind of could get those struggles. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the limbo, the limbo rate that the Lakers have? Do you think that JJ will correct that? Do you think that the Lakers will be good? Do you like the idea of them rebounding or really crashing the rebounds? I do. I'd rather them crash the glass, and then obviously guys still got to get back. But if you're causing the disruption, it's harder for teams to get out in transition, right? Because if there's this huge pile in the court because everyone's trying to rebound, well then now they're fighting for the ball, and then guys can start getting back. If it's like, okay, clearly Jokic is about to grab that ball, let me start leaking back a little bit, and then you kind of have better balance. But we'll see. Time will tell. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.